All right, guys, so all I have here is some black cardstock, and this is 12 by 12. It's 2 pieces of 12 by 12. I've joined them in the middle. These front and back covers are 8 by 8. So one is going to go right there, the other one is going to go right here, and I'm going to wrap it. This is a 3-inch spine, so it's 8 by 3, 8 by 8, 8 by 3, 8 by 8, and then your paper to wrap your album with. So I have already put adhesive on the back of all the the covers and the spine, and all I'm going to do is wrap it, guys. So I'm just gonna I'll spare you all of that, and I am going to skip to the part the next part, which will be the hinge. All right, hey guys, I forgot to tell you, I do have Tyvek, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here on the spine right before I put the this piece on there, because I don't want it to break. And I had been meaning to buy this and I just never got around to it, but I finally got it. I got it off of Amazon, and it's just Tyvek, and I'm gonna put Tyvek on the spine so that it'll help preserve that spine from cracking. All right, guys, I have covered my mini album. I've managed to do it without cracking anything because this is a 100-pound cardstock. I didn't have any 12 by 12 that was 65, and I didn't want to put 3 pages together, but it turned out good. Now we need to work on the, and there you can see the white right here from the Tyvek. That's the only thing that I've done differently that I didn't show you how to do. All I did was glue it to the back of to the back of the paper, and that was it. So we are going to set this aside, and if I don't forget, I was going to put a magnetic closure on here, but now I'm not sure, because for the front we're going to have a window, and these are the shutters for the window, so I don't know if that magnet is going to look good there or not. This took me a while to make the shutters today, but I wanted to have them ready. So yeah, so these are the shutters, and I'm just not sure. Yeah, they go this way. The window is going to be right here, and I'm just not sure if I can incorporate the, let me show you the magnets. So these are the magnets, and this is just one of those little, it's been in my stash forever. It's just like a locket. So I could go either way. I can put them down this way, and then the other piece that would go right here. So, and then of course obviously cover that up, but or I can put it this way, and then the other piece would cover up that way. So I'm still not sure how I'm going to do it, so hopefully I won't forget. So I'm not sure how it's going to go. Anyway, so we are going to work on the hinge. So for the hinge, you need a piece of 65-pound cardstock, and it is at 7 1/4 by 11. And all we're going to do is we're going to score every 2 inches, starting at 1 1/2. So we're going to do 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, 6, 6 1/2, 7, 7 1/2, 8, 8 1/2, 9, and then 9 1/2, and that is where you will stop at your 9 1/2. Okay, so I just pre-scored mine, so you didn't have to watch me do that. So all we are going to do is we are going to take we're going to leave the first score alone, and we are going to join the next 2, and that's going to become our first hinge. Okay, and then we will leave the next half inch alone, and we are going to join the next 2 inches. That's our second hinge. So I don't know if I mentioned it, we're going to have 5 pages. So there you go. Those are the first 2. We are going to continue, skip 1, and join the next two, skip another one, join the next two. Now what I'm going to do after I fold all my hinges together, I'm going to put a piece of double-sided tape, and this is the 3/8 inch tape, and yes, I do get this one from ASC Crafts. And I'm going to join this. I'm going to put some tape right there on each hinge, along with some glue, and I am going to join each hinge that way. Okay, and then I'm going to put tape on this side of the hinge and this side of the hinge for the front. So let me get that done. All right, guys, I have finished my hinge. I have, you know, I have put some double-sided tape on each side, and on the back I have also put tape. Now I am going to glue this down right here. Here are my guides for where this goes right here. So I am going to center this the best that I can. So let me remove the tape from the back, and I'm going to put some glue on there anyway. I just feel like glue will you know, hold it a little bit better if it's not just tape. Alright guys, let me try to center this. Alright guys, there we go. Our spine is in. Now we need 2 pieces of cardstock that are 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and these are going to finish up the inside, just like that. Okay, and then we'll work on our pages. So I'm just going to glue those down and work on our pages after that. Alright guys, our mini album cover is finished, and you know, it turned out pretty good. There you go. So now we're going to work on the pages that we are going to put right here. So let me set this aside. You are going to need 5 pieces of cardstock. This is 110-pound cardstock. That's 7.5 by 7.5. You need 5 of these. And then you also need 5 that are 7.5 by 8.5. And these we are going to score to make our pages. So take the one that is 7.5 by 8.5. Okay, so you're gonna score on 1/2 inch on each side. So I'm gonna do it this way, guys. I'm gonna score it 8, and I'm gonna be gentle because it is 110-pound cardstock. I don't want it to crack. And then I'm gonna turn it around, just easier for me to hold down. And I'm gonna score again at 8. So that's 1/2 inch. Oops. Oh, I hate when that happens. I don't press hard enough. 1/2 inch on each side. Okay. And there's that. So you need 5 of these. And we are going to put some adhesive on this side. So I'm going to put some double-sided tape on each of the score marks, on each of the 1/2 inch sides or flaps, or however you want to call them. So there's my first one. All right, let me burnish that. And then we are going to fold these in. Remember, fold your bump. You want to fold into your bump, not away from it. So you're folding into the bump so that your paper doesn't crack. So if you fold it on the valley side, if you will, your paper will crack. Okay, there's that. Now we are going to join these two. This is the 7.5. We're going to put them together this way. So we are going to remove the tape from this side. Make sure it's lined up. All right, guys, these are our pages. There we go. Okay, so we're going to bring our book back in. We've got our 5 pages. Now these, let me grab my little, okay. Now your pages are going to go in like this. There you go. We're gonna, that's the way our pages are. Here's our opening for our large mat. Okay, we're gonna put all 5 pages in just like that. And here are my 5 pages. I just need to make sure they are all facing the same way. Okay. It really doesn't matter, guys. It's just my OCD. Okay, so go ahead and remove and fold it back. Oh, folded it the wrong way. Fold it back. I'm going to insert this into the hinge. Move it this way, make sure I've got it. So let me continue to put them in there and I will return in a little bit. All right guys, I think I am going to go ahead and use seam binding for the closure, but I did cut two 15-inch pieces, but I haven't attached it yet, just because I need to decide on what solid colored paper I'm going to use for mats and whatnot. So our book is ready to go. It's got our 5 pages, and I was looking at all my little plans here and stuff, so I think the next thing we're going to do, guys, is we are going to go ahead and build the inside of this page right here, or the front cover, but I have not decided on colors or anything. I was going to go out and look for a Halloween paper pad, but I have this one from last year, so I'm just going to use this one. I mean, if I have it, why not use it, right? So I'm going to use
okay, so this is the front cover, and this is the side, the next page, the first page, the front of the first page. And I'm not going to glue it down because I don't have my solid paper yet. I still haven't, I don't like what I have, so I'm actually going to have to go out and get some. So this is going to have a pocket right here, okay? And then it's going to have this up here, and these are my mats. And again, I have not, you know, cut out the front to decorate them or anything, but these are going to be mats, picture mats, and these are going to go in this pocket right here. Now, this picture frame, acetate picture frame, I don't have a, this is the acetate for the next one, but this you will be able to put a photograph in here. Use this, although it's going to be hard to see. So this is a pocket for photographs, okay? And now this is going to be glued down with these flaps right here. And then it too will be a pocket. So we'll be able to slip a mat back in there. So it's going to hold quite a few pictures. So there we go. That is the first, the back of the cover, the front cover. But like I said, I'm not going to glue it down yet, just because I have, I don't have my paper that I'm going to use, my solid paper. Now I'm going to show you how to build that little, so I've already got everything cut out. I did go ahead and make my pockets. So these are going to be twins, and my pocket, let me tell you what size I cut this. Well, the finished pocket is 3 by 7, I can't see that, 7.5. Okay, so that means I cut my paper, and these are scraps from when I made the pages. This is 8.5 by 3.5 inches, and I merely scored each or 3 sides, and that becomes our pocket, and that will be glued down from side to side. Okay, it's the same size as this one, but the cover is, you know, larger than the pages. So this pocket actually goes from one side to the other. Okay, so I still need to cut, it's gonna have mats just like these. I still need to cut those so I can put in the pocket. And let me move this aside for a second so I can show you how I built that. So I took a piece of scrap and I cut it at 6.5 by 5, and I scored 1/2 inch on each side. And then to reduce the bulk, I went ahead and mitered the corners right there. So then we go ahead and fold those over. Actually, I'm gonna wait for a second. So this is the frame that's gonna go on the front. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's all black, but this is the frame that's gonna go in the front. The opening will be on this side. And here's my acetate. My acetate is 5.5 by 4. So what I'm going to do is, well, what I did was I went ahead and put tape on the acetate so I can glue it to the back of the frame. So let me glue that down. So that again is 5.5 by 4. So let me glue that down. I know it's hard to see because it is acetate and it is clear. Alrighty. Let me see what's my front. This is my front and this is my back. So you just take your acetate and place it down. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't have any particles, but so hard with acetate, you know. Okay, so you take that and you glue that down. So this again, this was a scrap of acetate, so it doesn't go all the way down, but I'm going to get it as close to the top as I can because that's going to be my opening. It's gonna have to go down because I don't want to peel it up. It looks like it went over just a little bit. I didn't do it quite straight enough. So I'm just gonna have to trim that down. So this is the side that I'm gonna have to trim down, guys, because so let me trim this down a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to glue this onto my base piece, which is going to create a pocket and the back of the picture. So this, the one with the acetate all the way to the top, I'm going to put that at the opening because that way it doesn't get caught when we put a a picture in. It won't get caught. So I'm going to go ahead and fold these lines. Create our pocket. So this is going to go, the opening is going to go to the right. The other one is to the left, this one will be to the right. So let me get my glue. Just put a thin bead of glue all the way around except the top, which is going to be the opening. Kind of hard for me to see from this angle, but I've got it on there straight enough. Now this one does overhang just a smidge, but I'm going to leave it that way because it hides that fold at the bottom. And there we go, guys. This will be on this side of the page, along with some picture mats like that. Picture mats go right here like that, just like the first page. So I still need to cut those out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I still need to cut those out, and this one makes that pocket. So these are twins and are ready to go. So maybe I'll do 2 and 2 since I think that's what I had planned. I have to look at my notes. Yeah, that's what I had planned, 2 and 2. Okay, so those are the first 2 pages. So then the next 2 pages, let me see what I have for that. Okay, so this one is going to be an envelope. Okay, so I need to make an envelope for this one. I'm going to use a black card base, and I don't remember, did I write down my size? 7.5 by 5.5, 7.5 by 5 on the envelope. So I'm going to make 2 envelopes with my envelope punch board. And let me get my ruler. Let's see, because I made these plans quite a couple of weeks ago, and I don't remember. So it's going to be 5.5. Oh yes, okay, by 7.5. I may shorten that to like 7, 6.5, 5.5 by 6.5, something like that. So let me make some envelopes, and I'll tell you what the final size are. But you know what, guys, this tutorial is going to end right here with these 2 pages. So in the next tutorial, we will continue to make, you know, to design our pages, and by then I will have had the paper that I'm going to need for the backgrounds, and I can actually glue things down. And I'm going to clean some of this mess because I can't concentrate with all this stuff here. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and everyone have a wonderful day. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.